Good evening and welcome to KTN Business. Let's take a look at some of the stories that have been making headlines across the country. My name is Abi Agina. For the first time in Kenya's history, the country's taxman has collected over $1 trillion shillings in revenues. The Kenya Revenue Authority has been on an aggressive campaign to improve collections, leveraging on innovation as well as intensifying audits, a fact that is bearing fruit. But as Adelaide Changole reports, the taxman still missed its revenue collection targets. Here's more on this bittersweet tale.
Kenya prides itself on being able to fund up to 83.6% of its budget through taxation. This has put the Kenya Revenue Authority under intense pressure as the country seeks more and more resources to finance projects. The taxman on its part unveiled a raft of measures aimed at scaling up tax compliance and collection, including the rollout of the iTax system and the mobile payment solution.
We feel that it is in our long-term best interest and the long-term best interest of the country for us to be more friendly and accessible to taxpayers. So we are changing our approach. We change, and that will involve retraining people, adopting different strategies, being more open, being more transparent.
I see a lot of benefits with KRA's iTax system. To me, it's going to revolutionize how we handle our tax affairs.
And it would seem these measures are bearing fruit. The taxman has surpassed the $1 trillion shilling mark for the first time in Kenya's history. According to a Gazette notice from the National Treasury, the taxman netted 1.001 trillion shillings in the 2014-2015 fiscal year, a 3.86% increase on last year's collection of 963.8 billion shillings. KRA, however, missed its revised target of 1.05 trillion shillings by 4.76% and was 200 billion shillings short of the 1.2 trillion shilling budget estimate.
You know, the government tends to overcook the tax revenue numbers in the budget and collection numbers. I mean, they tend to miss that by quite a big margin, and that tends to be a bias I've seen there for at least 5 or 6 years.
The taxman, however, seems to have shaken off the impact of the doomed capital gains tax, which was rolled out in January. The tax failed to gain traction after brokers rejected it as being unimplementable. The taxman had hoped to raise significant sums from the tax. Despite the good news, however, the work is still cut out for the taxman, which has to raise a whopping 1.385 trillion shillings this year to fund the 2.2 trillion shilling budget. And analysts say the going will be difficult given the tight macroeconomic environment.
I think, you know, that tax revenue number is a very hard call, given that it was predicated on 7% GDP growth, and if what I'm saying is 5, straight away you're looking at a different scenario.
Adelaide Changole, KTN Business.